Hi Tezos people, welcome back for more Tezos technical analysis, and I hope you're all doing really well. How are you out there actually? Have any of the viewers got the coronavirus? I hope not. Now, I know that 2 members of my direct close family have. I'm not living with them right now, so thankfully I don't have it myself, but who knows, we're all going to get it sooner or later, are we not? Let's just hope that everybody gets that we can really, send out my best regards to everybody out there. So what are we looking at? Well, it's the same story as we've been in for the last wee while. This is Tezos versus Bitcoin, by the way. You can see the current price is 2,689, and of course towards the downside we know that there's a sort of 2,400, but like 2,450, 2,500 areas is really kind of where we're looking at here as being the lower side, and we know on the upper side that this around this 2,800 area is the top, and you can see that go to the 24-hour chart here. You can see that yesterday we got the vast majority of that. Maybe 2,500 is better area to have this line at the minute than and just to look at these as being a little bit gone past it. Who knows? But that's our sort of our general areas that we're looking at, and things haven't actually changed. And the oscillators down below, they've still not actually changed. If this is actually just a downtrend, we know which it does actually look like, and we kind of, instead of considering this area here as being so important as the here and now, because here and now always feels like super important, which is why you're more inclined to say things are consolidating in the smaller time frames when in the bigger time frames they're just trending. That's why that happens, because the here and now is so important to us. But if we look at this instead of trying to be a bit broader and say, look, low there, low there, low there, low there, low there, what have we got here? Yeah, another lower low there, only just, but it is, and then low there. Well, maybe not, but then low here, that's where we are. So, and then over here, the trend has turned around, certainly hasn't. So there's nothing particularly positive or great to be written home about this right now. Sorry to say so, but at the same time, the most positive thing I can say about it is that we're still within this range here. And until such times as see the prices opening and closing below 2,400 and something or whatever, 2,500 if you want to do that number. I'm not a financial advisor, that's financial advice by the way. Then I'm going to remain kind of neutral on this one, and I'd only start to get bullish if we got above 2,800, and of course I'd resume being bearish, you could say, then at below 2,500. And if we look over to the USD prices, then what's the difference? It's 166, 166, 165, 151. So we're looking at a 15-cent difference between the different exchanges right there. We're currently sat below this 236, and we've been talking about this for a wee while now, obviously, and this is where we need to see the prices going up to sort of 170, or else we've not really started to go towards the upside, and targets up above there become greedy. As you can see, denoted by this wick here, that the greedy folk who stayed in there would have actually taken profit at that blue cyan, that blue line there. It's just a horizontal line that we've had in the chart for a wee while, and at 186 or so, and then come back down here and being able to sort of be thankful for having done so. Let's take a look over here and see, well, the HitBTC prices, where things are ever so slightly different. Yesterday we opened and closed technically, funnily enough, right on and above this 236. Look over to the USD chart, you can see that we didn't actually achieve that there, and we're going to have to look for parity and confluence, congruence and convergence between the different exchanges and the prices and everything, the price action around these areas, or else things haven't quite happened yet. And when the prices have been expanding here away from each other, then that's less congruent in a way, so that's not great. But we want to see the prices on this particular exchange, which is HitBTC, above 156, opening and closing properly. On this exchange here, we want to see them. I'll skip this one actually, since whatever, it's the same as over here pretty much, is at 170, and here as well 170 as well. So that's what we're looking for. If that doesn't happen, then we can look towards the lower down targets, and even though this is all sort of so small looking, you're talking big old ranges. That's 10% there, the size of that little red line, and that's what we're looking at really for today. Yesterday's bigger, 20% perhaps in yesterday's range that we had. Yep, 20. So you're looking at you're looking at a lot of trading opportunity in and around these areas. The longer term opinions though are denoted by that 170 area, and basically in between times, if I was wanting to do little scalping things, I'd be looking at 150 to 170 roughly, but I'm not a financial advisor, so that doesn't constitute financial advice, and that's kind of really all we're really looking at. We have to wait until we finish consolidating here. Yes, I know that you can do things like take a trend line, stick it down here, take a trend line, stick it up here, say we had a triangle, say we broke out of it. You can absolutely do that, but you can also be quite sort of realistic and negative about things as well yourself, and it doesn't take a great deal of imagination to turn this whole thing into an even bigger ascending triangle, and acknowledge that we're not even got to the point where you'd be looking at becoming overextended or front running it if you were to just break out of it now, for instance. So like, who knows, and this could go either way, of course, really overall. So we've got to keep our eye out for these targets, and of course even tomorrow as we get further and deeper into this thing, it'll become more apparent. 151 and 177, you could say, maybe. So yes, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.